the future, but see profit here. Wait up, we gon' always win. Promise that that's not a promise, yeah, that is a threat. You know that I promise to bring the team commas. When the whole team win, that's when you flex. Win, and I'ma do it again.
What's good?
No. Every week.
He needs. All right, buying.
I can't take no loss. My team hold no L's, no. Aiming for the top, can't make it by myself.
I ain't taking no.
I ain't taking no loss. Look, I'm always win. I ain't taking no loss. Look, I'm always win. We already know that we.
Yo,
Ain't taking no loss.
what's good, Jeff?
What's happening?
Taking no loss.
Feels like we haven't been on there in a while, which has probably been what, 2 weeks since
2
we've
weeks.
been on here. But the boys are back in town. Some one game in between, one game last week, which we trust me, we will get into it. We will get into that game. We are going into 2 finals this Saturday, D1 and D2. D1 has the possibility of being extended an extra week, but we'll get into all of that. What's good, Kenny?
All cool, man. Good to be back. I wish I was playing, actually, but I'm playing more. Yeah.
Always the fall, man. There's always
So how was Cancun?
Nice. I was waiting for someone to make some sort of gone fishing graphic like they do on TNT. But
Gosh, the amount of people that have gone fishing, this is gonna have to be a cruise ship. We gotta put y'all on.
Yeah, disappointing.
But listen, you win some, you lose some, but you live to fight another day.
You go there.
That's how it goes.
Yeah.
E, what's good, man?
Yeah. Show me respect. I know it's somewhere else, but refer to me as champ. Refer to me as champ. Not even you know. Refer to me as champ.
Champ, how you doing, champ?
Refer to me as champ. Thank you.
How you doing, champ?
Thank
That's
you.
fair.
Shout out to my Saints. Shout out to Yash, Ty, Dre, Carlos, Noah.
All right.
No, can I get
All right.
2 seconds?
All right.
Can I get 2
All
seconds?
right.
Shout out my
We
squad?
didn't get
Michael
all this
Mahdi.
spiel
I'm
last
not
season.
done.
We didn't get all this spiel last season, though.
I'm not done.
That's all
Shiesty,
good.
OG, James. Shout out to my Saints, man. I wish I had my jersey lying around. I should have had it on tonight.
Probably threw it out.
It's a big team.
Shout out Blitz League. Thank you, T.
Shout out to Blitz League. Shout out to Blitz. They always all love over here. All right. Now that E is stolen already stolen
Yeah.
10 minutes of time.
Champ today.
No,
Number two
absolutely
to the
not.
universe.
Absolutely not. Listen. Unless listen, in this sense, you got to refer to me as champ all the time, because if you see what I'm looking at in this corner over here, that's what you should refer to me as. I don't want to hear none of that. Yeah, all right. You know what, guys? Let's get into it right away. Where y'all want to start?
D1.
D1?
E1. Let's go back to that one.
All right. So we had Goodfellas 45, Purple Rain 33. Kenny, go ahead and start. I got some. I was reffing this game, so I'll say what I gotta say towards the end of it.
Okay. I thought both Dre and Yash did a really good job at QB. I saw Miguel and Dre for the Goodfellas featured early, and Matt had a long touchdown from Dre for Purple Rain. That was good. I mean, as expected, this was a high scoring game. I think we thought the Goodfellas would find a way to win, but they took care of business. And they continuously found open space, which I think Purple Rain didn't do as good a job of. A lot of, I don't want to say a lot. Some of their scores were chunk plays as opposed to Goodfellas. Like almost every drive, you see someone getting open for a catch and then either running fast and such. And there was that play at the end of the half that was entertaining as long as you're not on the wrong side of it. Yash
Let's talk about the play, because Rob, it is seen on the video that you somebody paused giving you the business.
Yeah, listen. So as I explained, listen, he gave listen. You would be frustrated if the play happened and stuff like that. So that's all. Listen, like I said, we spoke. I explained to him what the reason why there was. So the problem was he thought there shouldn't have been no time left on the clock, right? So now as the referee, right, all I do, I don't even have to look at my clock at that time. I press it. When the play ends, I press it again, right? So what had happened was my clock actually alarms when it hits double zeros. So it'll be when it expires. So what happened was they called the timeout and my clock hadn't expired yet.
Mm-hmm.
So either way, you know what's funny? Either way, somebody would have been mad at me on that play because I was on the Goodfellas sideline and Ant was next to me and he seen the timeout called and the clock didn't expire and he heard it because I didn't actually get to stop, but he heard it. He's like, no. It was already, and I'm like, what are you gonna do in that situation? You have to give the team the time they have, right? Mm-hmm. Now, another thing is the clocks itself, although you don't see it on the clock, there's milliseconds in between, right? Okay. And if I can look at my clock and it could say 6. But you don't see the milliseconds. It could be closer to 7. It could, you know what I mean? Like it's the clock. It's just like a running clock. Like, but yeah, Cell was kind of annoyed that they got that extra playoff and they scored. But what I'm going to say,
regardless, Miguel can't throw a Hail Mary to Dre.
No,
regardless,
Dre can't catch that, yeah. Bro. Dre wasn't catching it, bro.
Yeah, regardless. So.
Mm-hmm. And Kenny, continue your spiel because part of what I'm gonna say, exactly what happened on that play is what I felt happened defensively, by what Purple Rain did.
Yeah, even like if you told me you were gonna throw a jump ball to Dre, I'd expect an actual jump ball. It was actually low enough that he didn't even have to jump. So that's just. Whoever, I couldn't tell who was guarding him, but they just did a very bad job of like, you can't, and you know they have to go for the end zone and it's not even a jump ball. You can't find a way to break that up. That's why you got to tack the ball. We talked about this last episode. You tack the ball, the chances of him making that play are just going to drop. So, I mean, when you give up a play like that, it's a killer.
Now, the ball was thrown what? Let's say 40 yards.
It was about midfield.
About midfield, right? 35 yards, if that, right?
Mm-hmm.
Why weren't there more Purple Rain players there? I'm sorry. The whole bunch of people are supposed to end up where that football is going on a Hail Mary. There is no reason for anybody to be looking at the play while walking over and just watching it in the air.
Well, if they're playing across,
like,
but still,
35-yard pass, Kenny.
That ball hung long enough, Kenny.
That ball was up.
I'm just taking the other side of it. Yes, if it's me personally, I'm like, even if I'm on the opposite side, I'm at least going to start making my way over because I don't trust anyone. I'm like, let me go and try to make a play too. But
Kenny, the moment Yash throws it to Miguel to the left side,
it's only going on.
What he gonna do? Spin and throw it back all the way across? No, it's going.
You don't know until he actually throws it. You don't know where it's going. Yes, once it's in the air.
You think Miguel's gonna throw it from sideline to sideline on an angle 40 yards, and either way, you're gonna be able to get to it because if he throws it to your side, you there. He throws it down. You should be hedging over.
That's true.
He's not. It's not like he's gonna unless Miguel got some bullet arm and was gonna throw a 40-yard dot into somebody.
It's true, man.
Come on, but Purple Rain. In saying that, right? Mm-hmm. I feel like they depend too much individually on each defender.
Okay.
As in, like, that guy, you got to guard your guy. You out to dry if it don't work.
Mm-hmm.
That's how I felt. Like there is. I know you're you. Even if y'all go man, right?
Yeah.
There's still aspects where a bomb downfield, somebody else got to get there. Somebody else can get there. You know what I mean? It just felt like it was mano. Even in their zone, it felt like mano at points. Like, yo, that's just nobody else is helping you. That's how it looked to me. And that Hail Mary showed that, because how much people really made. There's people not in that play. Should have been there.
That's all. With that being said, they still came back, took a late lead after Dre pick 6 pitch. I forgot who pitched it to. Yeah, I think he pitched it to Chris. He finished it off. So they had a 33-32 lead. Then Goodfellas came down, scored again. And this game, it's 2 weeks ago, guys. I'm just trying to see what I remember from the game, but I do remember Purple Rain had the lead. Goodfellas came, scored again, had a stop, scored again. So scored a little deceiving, but
they definitely like at the end of the day, the score is what it is. But Purple Rain could have they could have won. I can say if I'm in the Purple Rain huddle, I could say we should have won this game. If I'm on Purple Rain, like, yo, we should have won this game. So.
Right, let's start from this perspective real quick. We're gonna move on from this game. Purple Rain, and I'll go Rob first, then you, Kenny. Purple Rain, what do they have to do differently in the fall?
What do they have to do differently in the fall?
You bring back the same cast of characters? I don't know if they have the same
cast of characters. You can bring back the same cast of characters, but I feel like defensively they have to be more of a defensive unit. Not just individual defenders defending people. You know what I mean? They can work
as a team, though.
Yes, but so I'm from this game. I'm going to talk about what I seen on the defensive end. Like a team has to be a team. You know what I mean? It's not you just have to be more cohesive as a team unit in what y'all are doing together. That's it. It seems like a bunch of individuals. I think that's what you're getting at.
That's fair.
Talent is there. The speed is there. Dre is a damn good QB. Calls damn good plays. So you have you have some. It feels like the newer players are individuals. If that makes any sense, because some of the other guys have played together before, so they already play in the team aspect of it. But you got to come in and you gotta just blend in, and you'll get yours when you get. The star is gonna be the star, right? The guy who's gonna get what he gonna get it. It's not gonna be by you wanting to get it that you're gonna get it. If you demand that, you're gonna get it. Like, it's not, nobody's out here just not throwing a guy to the ball or anything like that, or you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
If you showing and you're open and you're getting open, you routing people up, you're gonna get the ball. That's just how it goes. It's, if you're not getting it, then something's not. It's not being. You ain't doing something to be that. You're doing something wrong.
It's true.
So that's about it.
I would say, to answer E's question, I would echo some of what Rob said in terms of personnel wise. I know there's been rumblings that they may have too many people, and the subset of that, maybe they have guys that don't necessarily have a team mindset where it's like, it's got to be me here, and I just care about myself. I've heard some of that and just kind of watched it on film at times. So that might be something they might have to deal with in terms of like, all right, we got too many. Who's going to show up? Who's reliable? Who's actually going to gel with the squad? Because you have a good quarterback with Dre. I'd like to see him run more, actually. He used to run a lot. You need some more running. But I think that's probably their biggest personnel issue. It's like, who's actually there? Are there any folks that are detrimental to team camaraderie? That's something they got to address. I think that's their biggest overarching problem.
But the talent is there, as we all agree. So
it's true.
Got to become a team.
What do you think, E?
I don't know what I think. Is there a? All right, I'm gonna sound dumb in what I'm saying, because obviously we have teams like the Cow. Is there a such thing as having too much talent? By that, yes. I mean,
everybody
feels like they're capable of it. So when You do something wrong, quick hook, you're out.
Yes, if the team
show you
is
how it's
selfless. Yes, if the talent isn't selfless.
That was the only problem I think I saw with this team, that it was a little bit too much of that. Like, I can do it. Let me in. I'm in. And the guys who are in, like, no, I got it. And you make a mistake. Let me. I got it. You know what I mean? There's too much of that. So define roles. If this team is whole and comes back together, I would like to see it. Talented guys. So, and I hear a lot of them are coming back. Again, is this team going to be the same team? That remains to be seen. But I do see a lot of the guys around the way, because some actually probably live around me. I do see them like in the gym and things like that. So they did enjoy the league, had fun, are coming back. You have that on good authority that they are coming back. So hopefully let's just play together during the summer, link up. There's always a chance to play football. There's places to play, guys. We always link up.
Monday nights,
you got the SFL crew led by Michael Body, Merce and crew. There's
Monday
Thursday nights. I think they played tonight. Some guys played tonight. So there's always.
Listen, I know. Let me plug. I know you guys seen it in the chat. It's Monday night under the lights. Chip in.
No, give them the exact amount so people know. Help out Mike here. So people.
Well, I don't know. I don't know if the amount's gonna stay the same. So I don't want to give an exact amount.
That's fair.
Yeah. So
it is contingent on the amount of people that show up.
On the amount of people that show up. So just
it's a figure for a certain amount. So more people come, the number gets lower.
The number gets lower. So let's get that done.
It was a good time.
And listen, and it is a good time. And if you want to come get cooked by the refs on a Monday night, it's the place to show up.
Big G.
You could ask who was there. You could ask who was there this week. We had to finish them off. Pause. I can quick with that one. Yeah. So, yeah. So, just they had on a team with a lot of players, you got to be selfless.
Yep.
As a player who's been the guy, a player who's not the guy, or whatever, I know players. I know people who are great, that are better than a lot of people. And the moment you go, yo, let me get on, they walk off. They don't even bat an eye. No, not you, E. You got to come off because you whack. But that's just different. But yeah. But like you just get off. Like, what does it matter? Like, I've been on teams with stars from top to bottom. Yo, let me get one. Even if I was one of the stars, maybe I scored a touchdown and be like, yo, let me get the extra point. What's the problem? Like it doesn't matter. What was the saying? Listen, make your snaps count. Don't count your snaps, man. That's it.
Who said that? Who said that again?
Huh?
The great philosopher.
That was you?
The great philosopher.
The unicorn said that.
The unicorn said that. Don't count your snaps. Make your snaps
count.
People want to play though, so that's.
I hear you. I hear you.
Do you want to play or do you want to win?
That's true. Good counter.
Yeah. And in D1, it's all about winning. So there's nothing else that matters there. If you just, I'm not knocking the other divisions, but you want more playing time and less of because everybody wants to win, but you understand what I'm trying to say. I'm not even gonna say it because I don't want to knock the other divisions, because
it's
join multiple teams to get it.
No, we got D1 is less.
It's business.
It's less fun because it feels more pressure to win. The other divisions, you're having fun. You want to win. It's all about winning the chip. But D1, that pressure is on to win it, so it feels less fun.
It's very business-like in D1.
Yeah.
So
you can see the way the teams are built up. Like
D1 didn't come to mess around and be with their friends. D1 came to, this team was built to beat these other teams. Yeah. That's it.
Yeah.
D2, you got I'll bring my boys, bring a couple of my guys.
D3 about the Caliphs all the time. Look at this good fellas picture. Miguel is not a good fella. Miguel is not a good fella. What's his name? I'm trying to blank on his name. And you're on PTSD. How am I trying to blank?
On PT? Oh, Phil.
Phil is not a good fella.
Yeah, let's put together the team to beat this other team. That's it.
You recruit, so
yeah. So D1 is an arms race, man. So all right. we'll try to fix that. Let's let's get into this.
Real quick, because we do hear, and let me tell the drawback of a potential draft, in my opinion, there's going to be quarterbacks. It's just if I'm not happy, what will I show up? I'm not me in general. But you get what I'm saying, though. That's the one drawback to a draft. I know the guy that brought it up. He's a player. He's willing to play with anybody. Pause.
With anybody, yeah.
You know what I mean? But everybody's not. Everybody doesn't have that mindset. So that might be the one drawback to a draft, because we are in, frankly speaking, a blitz league where there are drafts and you do see disgruntled players. So that's the only thing I would say is the drawback to a draft. Like,
you're gonna see disgruntled players.
Yeah.
Hold out. Hold out on your squad.
Want to get traded, moved around. There's trades that happen.
There's trades that happen because people just aren't happy where they are.
Yeah, I'm not happy with where I'm at. So that might be the one thing with the.
I think that draft idea for Red Zone, at least, maybe when we're off for a time where we don't have the enough to do what we're gonna do, we do a quick 2-week something or something like that, but not. Yeah. I don't know if we could pull up a whole season.
Tournament based.
More tournament, yeah. And we have we got some plans and some ideas to try to create some more parity and make the division a little bigger, but we'll see what happens, guys.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
Now we're gonna move on to what's happening this week. Caliphs are 2-0. Goodfellas are 1-1. So the Caliphs win. They are the D1 champions. The Goodfellas win. They will force a final game for the championship.
So real quick, Kenny. 2 questions.
I already know what you're going to ask, I suspect, but go on.
No. Do the Goodfellas beat the Caliphs once, let alone beat them twice?
I figured that would be one question. No.
One damn.
No, and
so that's it. Huh? So it's over this Saturday. That's what you're saying.
I think it's over this Saturday, yes.
What did the Goodfellas have to do to beat this Caliphs team?
It's a good second question. 1, they all have to show up.
Right?
2, they've had problems with that, but I guess it's the championship game. So you'd expect them to show up. I don't know what time is their game? 9?
They're gonna be there. Okay. They're gonna be there.
They'll be
if they all show up, they have. Oh man, but Caliphs have so much. Both teams have.
That game is at 10:45.
Oh, so there's no. Ideally, there should be no excuse like, oh, game's too early. What do they have to do? Well, they have to not turn the ball over. That's one. If they can limit turnovers, they have a chance. I think they should do a lot of like, because I suspect the Cals will play some man. They play a good amount of man. They got to try to exploit matchups if they can find them, which is difficult. Don't lob up passes for. Don't lob them up for grabs. You got to try to short throw things. I try to hit Yasir short. That could help, and hopefully he breaks something. I think the biggest problem for them is going to be defensively more than offense. They struggle to stop teams that have some talent. Like I can't think of any game. I'm probably missing one, but against D1, I'm now conflating 2 different divisions, but they have much of the same characters in D1 and D2, and they have a defensive problem. They play a lot of zone. I mean, because Caliphs have people, if you just throw them the ball and they get like 5 yards, and if you miss, they're gone. So I mean, it's so I don't know how to game plan for the Caliphs with their team. People just have to like ratchet up their defensive ability. And how they can
game plan. So he knows the game plan.
Exactly. I don't think zone. Well, there's multiple zones that would help. They have to gamble some. What kind of zone would work for them? There's a kind of fluid zone I sometimes have used with Gladiators, and it's hard to explain because it's only used a couple of times. Like something where it can't be a set like, all right, we're gonna run 2-3 or 3-2 all the time. There has to be something where Pete, and this is the harder thing, you have to have players that can read what's happening as the snap goes and say like, all right, we're going to start out with this 4-1 look, but this guy on this side, whatever side of the strong side, you have to know immediately that you're not going to stay there. You're going to go back instead. You're going to turn into a safety, or the guy in the middle, whoever's closest to the strong side, you drop back and the other guy next to you is going to go forward. It has to be a fluid zone, but this is a thing that's easier said than done, especially if they're not running it. So that's the way you can counter some of the things that if you just throw a zone in front of Shane that's regular, he's going to eat it up. And they have guys, even if you play the zone well, that they just break through zones. And then like, well, the most fluid thing would be man, but can you trust? You have 5 guys that you can trust against their, and they have more than 5 receivers. Like, you trust people to not get beat regularly? Oof. It's a lot of tough choices.
They have a lot of speed.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the problem with man, because who it could be anybody just going downfield, and you lose them, they're gonna connect because Shane can throw it. But Rob Jones has a game plan. It's a mix between what it's. I don't see. We have played on the defensive side together, right? Kenny, have you played with, even when we're in rec? Have you you've probably been on the defensive side with me, right? Mm-hmm. You can't. You have to mix up your coverage. I don't see enough of that out here at all.
Yeah,
literally. It doesn't matter. Usually, I'm always, for some reason, y'all always still put me at safety, and I communicate for some stupid reason, and I communicate down, right? You know about that, E, and I communicate down. And there is times that I'm like, yo, I'm coming down. E, you're the middle linebacker, drop out. Mm-hmm. Can he shift in, or you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Like you can't just show a 3-2 look all game. Any QB should be able to eat that up if you're getting the same look all the time. It's about adjustments. They don't need to know where the aggressive play at the ball is going to come from necessarily. So Kenny, what you were saying was spot on. Now, another thing is, I think they're going to have to be aggressive up front, and then the giver has to make Shane's day difficult. Swears there is nothing else you can do besides that, and that might not even be enough to win. To be honest with you, that's just the best case scenario. I'm not saying that that's going to beat them. I'm just saying you got to mix up your coverages where they can't know what you're doing. You might be going 3-2, but you gotta show it. You can't show it. You can't just sit in the base defense, especially. And one thing about the Caliphs defense is they don't care what they showing, because they probably manning you up across the board. So nothing matters. You're not seeing. You know what you're seeing, but can you win 1-on-1? That's the difference. If you can't mix up your coverage, then you got to go man. That's all. So, but Kenny was spot on. We lost Kenny for a second. He'll be back.
Mm-hmm.
You back, Kenny?
Yeah. I don't know why the camera. No worries. Keep going.
It might be me. Internet has been messed up around a lot of places right now. I'm gonna remove you and put you back on screen, Kenny.
Yeah.
Let's see. Maybe it's me. Yeah, but you got to mix up your coverage. Kenny was spot on. But that's all you can do. And like I said, it still might not be enough to beat these guys.
Yeah.
So, Kenny, you can hear me?
Yep, I can hear you.
All right. Give me, you know what? Let me, I'm going to connect. Yeah, Kenny's having, I think Kenny's having internet issues.
And with this being a championship game, Rob is not here this week, but there will be 3 refs for this game.
Dang, you gotta let everybody know I ain't gonna be here. They could have just found out when they was there, man.
You're not gonna be here, man.
Jeez, I know. I see you. Probably you getting Burger King in first 48.
Rob's not gonna be. There's gonna be 3 refs.
Yeah, they bringing you food and sitting you at the table and treating you all nice. No, you snitching. Yeah. Hold on. Let me try to get Kenny. Is it? You think it's on your end?
You can hear me, right?
We can hear you.
Okay. I'll leave.
Yeah, but that's all you can do. But you can't show the same look. They also have to have their guys out there that can defend, and that might not even be enough because this superstars get open. They put the best coverage on Dre. They put the best coverage on Ned, and what happens? they still get something. They put the best coverage on Will, he make a play. Like what are you gonna do? And then like this is a juggernaut matchup with everybody in attendance. You know what I mean? So there's no. It is what it is.
It's gonna be a great game. You can't predict it. No.
That's fine. We request. You know what it is. We guess around. Yeah. So it goes. All right. We're trying to wait for Kenny. We can get to where you want to go, E?
D2.
Did somebody just walk behind me? Seen something in the camera. The heck was that? You laughing. Got me scared down here. All right. We're gonna move on to D2. Let's go here. Elites, ball up top. Go ahead, E.
Oh, bro, we're talking about 2 weeks ago. I don't remember this. I did this game. This was the last game I did before I actually had to leave. As I had something personal to attend to. But good win for the Elites. Ball up top was playing well, man. So going into it, again, we're not predicting games. Did I think the Elites were going to win? I can't say, but
possibly.
Yeah,
possibly.
But
you could say they might have been they might have been favored.
Huh?
They might have been favored.
They were favored based on record, but based on the way that they were actually playing week in and week. I think that ball up top came in
hotter than yes.
And to me, I don't know, but like Nas played a clean game. That's what you want from a clean, efficient game. They jumped off to a lead, I believe, and this ball up top just tried to catch up, and it was just too little, too late, man. It was just a bunch of that. So from what I remember in this game, from what I remember.
All right, so Squirrel, Will,
yeah,
Bucker. I've seen a lot of speed. Every time I was on the other game, so every time I look over there, somebody running something, somebody moving super fast. So it's what they have. All right, we can move on to the next game. Like I said, we're not gonna harp.
I do like this ball up top team in a full year with Shane throwing for them. If that's they would
be really good. Yeah,
it's gonna be a good team. So
I don't think they were the team you wanted to see right here.
Huh?
You don't want to play them.
They didn't do anything wrong. Like at least just played possibly their cleanest game of the year. I know record-wise, I believe they were number 1 or number 2. But in terms of what we always said, they won. They found a way to win, but it wasn't, it wasn't most aesthetically pleasing football. But this game was actually clean. Great game by them. Congrats to those guys, bro. Congrats to those guys. But I hope this ball up top team does stay together, though.
All right. Let's move on to Goodfellas League Pass. Now,
it was over before that.
Yeah, let me start with I'm gonna start with one glaring thing that I've seen. Sims is looking like Sims. I said it to him that day. I was like, "Yo, you looking like yourself, man." Because I've seen him go through some been hurt, been work, whatever else is going on, and I seen him not himself momentarily, right? And it's great to see him back as himself because he's looking like the Sims I've known to compete against over the years. So that's one major factor of the success with the success of this team. And then they're a good team.
Very good team.
They're a good team. They
Do you think? Because my answer is no, and not to be disrespectful. Do you think had the injury not okay?
No, it didn't make a difference. It was already the injury. Yash healthy here, healthy not. He scores. They score more,
But they
but
still lose.
the game still. I think ultimately they still lose the game.
Okay.
So
Agree.
So this erases all of the. You would have won if our QB finished the game. This erases.
no, that's not one of those. No.
Okay.
League Pass was better. They were playing better.
Kenny, you have a take on the? I know you weren't around the elites. Ball
He
up
said
top.
that's a D1 team when they all show up.
You have a take on that game? Not this one. The previous one. The elites ball up.
Oh, yeah. Let's go back for Kenny.
What did I say? I wrote some notes down. I mean, I thought both QBs played real well. Both Anas and Shane. I don't know the guy's name. I keep forgetting his name. There's an Italian guy. There's a lot of Italian people in this league. Ball up. He played really well. Yeah, I know he had a long play for them, a long touchdown. I think a couple of drops in that play on would-be throws for ball up would have helped them. Would be long throws in that game 2 weeks ago. I remember watching that and thinking that's like, ugh. I know Bucker had an INT for the elites, and Squirrel did his thing for elites as well. I think Will had a touchdown or two short plays as well. But I think just the thing with the ball up showed again where they just have an issue defensively. A lot of times they're getting gashed, which
is it single high safety?
Some of that. For their previous name, the Garbage Men, they did that, which I always thought was funny. It's like, this is a very easy defense to score on. But I think they deserve a lot of credit for how far they've come as a team. I mean, before in your previous first season, they were 0-5 or 0-6 winless. And now look at them, second round of the playoffs. They're only ascending.
Yeah, they're much improved, and they're getting better.
And they lost to a really good team. No shame.
Second round in the playoffs. Who did they beat in the first round?
Nice.
The All-Stars. It wasn't the All-Stars? The Gladiators?
Yeah. Gladiators.
Damn. So you went to Cancun twice.
Nice. Yeah. A couple of times.
What is it? Did you fly twice, or did you go to two different resorts when you were out there?
Went fishing twice.
Kenny, we got to kill you a little bit.
We deserve it. And we lose the game, you should be able to take the ridicule. So
yeah.
And they played well. So credit to them.
All right, Kenny. Now back to or not. Kenny, can you hear us?
Something with StreamYard has been doing that because it works without it, but if you just keep going, I'm here. Just keep going.
Looking at Gladiators losing, he signs off on this one.
I know, yeah.
So it go.
We're not visible, just like our squad.
Kenny went back to Cancun.
Yeah.
Kenny on the Mexican internet, man. He's you got to pay for the roaming. Yeah. So, but now back here, this game, and then we all know that Yash hurt his shoulder, and ultimately that was it. But so it goes.
But the Warrior came out that next day and led the Saints.
Sorry, we did. My bad.
I'll repeat it. No worries.
No, we good. No worries.
Warrior.
We can move on.
Came out the next day.
He did.
Led the Saints to a championship.
He definitely did.
My quarterback.
Shout out to Yash.
That's my quarterback.
Because I damn sure wasn't coming. I was done.
Oh, absolutely not. Absolutely.
I wasn't throwing another football.
No. Tired. Okay.
All right. So now we're talking playoffs. We have. Oh wait, let me get it. Kenny is disconnected. We have elites versus League Pass for all the marbles.
All right. You have a little bit more, You can go a little bit further based on the information I just spelled out that you won't be there. So give keys to both teams, not a winner, because you're not reffing. You have no say in the game, so people are gonna say, "Oh, you wanted them to win." You're nowhere to be found. So I need your keys to this game.
I think both teams have the tools to win the game. Right now, they both are super fast. If you watch, I is there a star, like an individual star on League Pass, or is it like I don't think they have just one guy that's above everybody else. So
they do it team based. But if I had to say the guy, and he was probably a late add to the team who rating probably will get changed, is Vinny.
Yeah, Vinny. But now you got to remember you got Will on the other end to slow that down. So now I feel whoever the best guy is on League Pass, or whoever is the most productive guy on League Pass, they're gonna throw Will on him, and you're gonna have a tough day because that's what he does. So now the rest of the guys are gonna have to be that much better. And then you got Booker, who's going to be on the guy. You got Amar, who's going to be. And these guys defend. I'm not even going to hold you. Like, I watch it. These guys put their body on the line and they defend and all that stuff. So it's going to be interesting to see. I hope it's live so I can watch. So.
Check your text.
You don't have to text me. I know what you texted me.
Do you?
Hold on. You text me regular. Oh yeah. Oh, I could do that. Hold on. Give me 2 seconds. Yeah.
We'll try to have it live.
Yeah. I got you. Hold on, guys. Yeah. So yeah, but this is I'm interested to see. I want to watch it. Like, to be honest, if I get to watch it on video, that would be great. To watch it live, that would be amazing. What are your takeaways of the key points to this game, and what do you think will be a key factor for either team coming out successful?
A Nas playing a clean game. That's what most of these things come down to. A Nas playing a clean game. Just get the ball to your playmakers. Don't try to do too much. Listen to Hash on the sideline. Hash, and Anas is capable. We know that, but you know what their dynamic kind of reminds me of. It's kind of a little bit of, and this is not a slight on anybody. It's a little bit of the Sheet Omar thing. That's what because Hash doesn't really play that much on this team. He came in for, I think, a couple of extra points and spot duty, but he's the one that's in and not punt here. You know what I mean? And they listen to him. So, well, sometimes they did. One time they went for it in a bad spot. And me and Hash looked at each other. He said they should have punted there. Yeah, they should have listened to you. You know what I mean? So if Anas listen to Hash, he knows he is a champion in this league, right? Right? He's a champ. So just listen to this guy. If Anas plays a clean game, I think they have a chance.
Now on the League Pass side, Kenny, you can hear us?
Yep. I had to access it from.
They are probably
phone.
Huh?
You have to join from your cell phone?
Yes, it's the browser. Something with some browser update happening in the background, but no worries. I can hear you guys.
All right, good.
Yeah.
Kenny, what? Oh, Jesus.
We were pretty much going over keys in this game, Kenny. What does each team have to do, and what is your prediction at the end? Or you can say your prediction first and the reason why, however you want to do it.
I think I think League Pass takes this in a very close game. I thought about that because these are two, pun intended, elite teams in the division, and I just see League Pass their roster finding a way to win, even though both teams have high end, top end talent. I think you have both guys that can win a lot of one-on-one matchups offensively and defensively. I think they're a little bit better than elites overall, even though both guys have a lot of high-end, top-end guys. I just think League Pass finds a way to win this one.
So, across the board, you would think that they're sort of evenly matched. So by E's breakdown, I'm gonna assume E is saying it's gonna come down to Anas versus Sims. Is that what you're telling me?
Yeah.
So, hey, listen, I think Anas is very capable.
Of course he is.
And he has the team around him that trust him. He has the guidance also from the sideline, as he has mentioned. So hopefully we're in for a high scoring back and forth affair between these two teams.
I think that's what we're going to see. Yeah.
I can't, you know what's funny? We're all having technical difficulties today because my headphones just cut out because they're dead. So I have to go. I can't even hear y'all, but give me 2 seconds. I'm going to try to switch my headphones.
It's the system, I'm telling you. Streamcast. There's something happening in the background because I'm testing my equipment. Everything works, but this would be a good matchup either way. And I think one interesting subplot is just that because there's so much cross-pollination between a lot of these teams, these two teams especially, I think that both, I would say 80% of the people playing in both the D1 final and the D2 final will find a way to win at least one championship.
Yeah.
That's my prediction based on like the way these teams are mixed up. I can see that happening. And regarding League Pass, I'm just going down their roster in my mind. I just think they find a way to win there. Even though both teams are excellent. I think they're going to win that one.
I'm going to, you don't mind being put on the spot, right?
Nope.
You're not playing. You played against all these guys. Big spot. You trust Simba and us?
I trust them both. I mean, that's my honest, non-political answer. Yeah, I would be fine with either one at the helm. There's other QBs in the league. I'm like, we don't really have a chance to win a title game. But with either of them, slightly different styles, but both of them can get it done. I would say Simba throws it farther. But then again, that may not be a factor as long as you have good defense anyway. And the elites have players that can run deep too, so that may not be as big a thing.
Mm-hmm.
It's helpful if you're trailing and you need to just chuck it 50 yards at a time. Okay, but it's not like Anas can't throw too. He can throw well. You watch him throw. No,
that's the reason why it's a question. If it wasn't, that's the reason why I posed the question. It's not supposed to be easy. Not supposed to be easy.
It's true.
And listen, we have to bring on our guy. Ant watches every episode. He's always active in the chat. Experienced player in one of these games here that we've been talking about. Ant, what's good, brother?
What's up, bro? You have background noise on me? I have TVs on.
No, you good.
Let me lower that anyway. Let's watch the USA game.
Yeah, you good.
Good to see you.
What's up, guys?
So, Ant,
let's get to it. I got this. Let's go back to D1. The Goodfellas will beat the Caliphs because. Talk to me.
I'm still waiting for our attendance to see what we have.
Championship game, man.
Obviously, we know Aaron's not going to be there. He's off on work, and at Western Kentucky. Congrats to him.
Smollett.
Yeah, Jesse Smollett over there. Still waiting to hear back from a couple players. I think if we have, everyone else, we can compete. I have a good idea of how to game plan for Shane and the rest of the team. It's just whether or not we can execute or not. So we'll see. We'll see who we have, who shows up, how Yash is feeling. It's going to be big. I know in the D2 game, that game was, I know you're saying it was over before it started. Realistically, it probably was. I know early in the game, Yash was saying his shoulder was hurting.
Yeah.
He just didn't have anything on his throws. I know he shorted a throw on an out route, and I was like, dude, what the hell was that? And he's like, I'm just, there's nothing behind the ball right now. So, and then, I think it was 21-7 at halftime.
Yeah.
And then first throw at a half, his arm popped out. So even if it didn't, I don't think we would have been able to do much if he wasn't able to throw. So it's unfortunate. Is what it is. I don't think our team is that deep in D2. Like not having Aaron, not having his speed. We don't have a lot of speed outside of Yasir and Dre. It gets.
Mel was fast.
Yeah, well, he also left it right before halftime too. He had to go to work. So, at the end of the day, it is what it is. League Pass is a hell of a team. I said it 3 weeks ago. They were my pick. Even before we played them, I didn't even know we were playing them, but they were my pick to win it all. So, even if we made the finals, I'd still think player for player, if Sims is there and if they have D-Raj, Phil, who I love, that's a tough team to beat.
And now I'm going to pull back the curtain a little bit. I don't know if this is supposed to be exposed, but there's a certain chat, the captain's chat, that you got to try and punk the Caliphs a little bit and try to coerce them into skirting the rules on what this championship game should be.
One and done?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, listen, I said this to Rob like a month ago. I think this whole concept of double elimination for a final game is fugazi as hell, bro. But it is what it is. We'll play by the rules. But they seemed to be super confident that they were going to win anyway. So we were trying to play into their ego. Maybe they would bite a little bit, and try to make it a single game elimination. Obviously, listen, if they're willing to accept that, we'll be game for that.
My question is why would they?
And did talk about this before we knew who was in the finals. He did. I'm not gonna. And did he said this weeks ago. He was like, why can't it just be a single game? Whoever, just once you get to the finals, that's the finals. He did say it.
I get you. But they did earn the right to have one game.
Yeah, I would have, considering it's 4 teams, D1 is, it was short this year, obviously, on teams, and kudos to the Gladiators to make it 4 teams and put one together. But I would have just had Caliphs go straight into the finals, say, and then, you duke it out that way. And then, they're in the final spot in 1 game elimination. But, 2 is going to be tough. If you pull out 1, it's going to be tough, and the likelihood of our team showing up back-to-back weeks is probably at like 2%. We're a fall team, We'll have a lot of our guys back in the fall also, and our team, Rob. You're in the chat. In the Lionels, the Nafis, the Bryans, those guys will be back in the fall. Kean, those kind of players. So we'll be stacked then. But we'll work with what we have, and we'll try to turn something up.
It'll be a thing to see. It'll be a thing to see. It would be lovely to watch that team play this team, because
our fall team?
Yeah, like a full roster versus
listen,
this.
You can, and they could take slight to this also. We would beat them. We would beat them.
I like it. I like it.
Yeah, if we have Brian and Lionel, bro, and Nafi, I'm sorry, I think we would win that game. What's the difference between their team from the fall in Saffel and now, aside from Shane? Ned?
They didn't have. I don't think they had a D1.
No, well, Kenny was with them. It was Ken's team in Saffel.
No. That's not this team.
Same characters, right? It was still Q, Will.
You talking about I forgot what the team name at the time was. No. This is night and day. This is night and day. Shane is night and day. Of course.
I still think if we have those guys, we would present some problems.
That other team couldn't go man across the board.
Well, yeah, if we had that team, we could go man.
So that's why I said it would be a sight
Saturday,
to see.
Yeah. Saturday, I don't.
Two teams just manning up. Mano, that we might just have to set that up and let y'all play.
Well, yeah. I mean, listen. If both teams are playing in the fall, we'll see what happens, right?
Yeah, that's what's up. But,
I hope to see on Saturday.
I hope to see a full Goodfellas and showing up to the games team in the fall, and
our roster's
healthy Yash
deeper come fall time.
Yeah,
we probably have 4 or 5 extra guys,
and I hope to see this Caliphs team in full strength like this, if you know. But yeah, that would be great to watch.
If the new parameters allow.
If the new parameters allow, but if put like this, right there, if there's enough, then they stay unlimited. If there's enough, like if we'll know a good enough ahead of time. But I think, to be honest, the way it's sounding, it should be enough. What do you need? 6.
That's all you need is 6.
6, 5, and a free agent. 5 and a free agent team led by a solid QB.
What are you talking about for D2 or D1?
For D3, for D1. You need 6. 4 is getting whack.
Oh, teams? Yeah.
You need 6.
6 would be nice. 5 is kind of bare bones. At least you're not playing the same team over and over again.
Yeah. 6 would be ideal, because I think this year was pretty good.
In the fall, we had what, 5 or 6?
5, maybe one was a free agent.
Yeah.
So hopefully that works out. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if you guys still talk to Rami and them, if they plan on coming back.
I don't to be honest, I haven't. And I don't know. I guess when it's when it's time for them to decide whether they're playing football or not.
Yeah, I mean, listen, they never played spring summer anyway. They always took that off and then came back in the fall. But they're a fun competitive team. And then obviously you'll have AK will be AK if they come back. They're a fun team, competitive as hell.
And maybe we'll see a Brown sighting.
Yeah.
And I didn't like that. Maybe we'll see a Brown sighting.
I mean, you already know how I feel about that franchise. So that's the one franchise I never respected. So just the way they handled themselves, always cheating in games, tying flags, just all the wrong things. All the wrong things.
Okay.
That's why I respect the hell out of AK, bro, and that's why Phil's. We're borrowing Phil in this time. That's why. That's also why I'm rooting for League Pass. I mean, that's it's led by Sims. You got D-Raj over there. You got Miguel. It's some AK guys. I respect the hell out of the team, the way they play, bro. They always play hard.
That's true.
So hopefully we got some good things. Single elimination means what?
He's talking about if we would. That would have been like 3 weeks ago, though. The format I'm suggesting, we wouldn't have played them yet because they would have had a bye until the finals.
So basically saying the number one team goes straight into the finals.
Straight into the final. When you have that little teams, you reward them so they don't have to play.
And then everybody else fights to go play that
To
team
go
one
into the
time to
finals.
beat
Yeah,
them.
yeah.
That's actually not a bad. I'm not even gonna hold you. That's not a bad idea.
Well, because we only had 4 teams, right?
Yeah.
If you get 6, then give them a bye to the semis or whatever. You should be rewarded.
Yeah, that's not a. That wasn't
in
that.
some spec. They
that wasn't a bad
they
thought.
dominated the league. They should be rewarded for it.
Gotcha.
The reward now. Got to beat them twice.
And that's the caveat now.
Yeah. Yeah. Which is, I don't know.
It's a tall task ahead
Yep.
for the good fellas. Now they show up, they could be game, but you're gonna meet that man across the board, as you see Q's in the chat. Say he's one of the guys that's gonna be manning up somebody. So.
Yeah, I'm not necessarily worried about our offense. It's like Kenny said, it's our defense, and whether or not who shows up or not. Because our back end speed is not elite once we are missing one or two guys.
Pause.
Speed. That's first off, you're the pause king, bro.
Yeah.
I could.
I gotta get you. You said the back end speed. We this is a PG show. Yeah.
PG, definitely PG.
So put it this way: our 4 through 8 is not elite speed.
Gotcha.
So if we're missing a couple guys, it presents a problem, and we pretty much can't play man. So.
Oh shit! It's tough to zone these guys too. So it's like, listen, honestly, you know what you got to do.
I've watched.
You got to score every time. You got to
score.
It's
just basically score, and whoever scored last win the game. That might be it, right?
Listen, I tell Yash this all the time. Sometimes you got to be Tom Brady, bro. Milk that clock. So possession based, and see what you can do. Hopefully our defense can get a stop or two. It comes down to that.
Make it a shorter game.
Yeah. These long ass games that we play in this league.
Hey man, it's worth it, man. The games are worth it. All right. Let's move forward into the division that's gonna just be
my fault. But we don't get a guess because this is Ant's first year playing it. He didn't play in the winter. What is your biggest takeaway from this league that's different? What do you like about it? What do you feel we can improve upon? I know you're honest.
Listen, it's pretty much right. It's pretty much the same characters that you would see in the previous league in the summer, spring seasons.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I think knowing, I was kind of out of the loop until like a week before the season even started. So maybe I would have told you guys prior. Maybe not have forced the D1 since we had so little teams and done maybe like what we would have done like a hybrid. So you had more teams from a D1, D2 standpoint. But generally, the rules are good. Everything's good. I like the pop flags. I've told Rob this. I think you need to have a blitz. And what I've said about the blitz, and I tried to get this in the other league, free blitz from anywhere. So it really puts, if you are creative defensively, you could use that to your skill set. So you can have corner blitzing, middle linebackers blitzing, not just the linemen. So use whatever the count is. If you do the 2-second, 3-second blitz, you can pretty much just blitz unannounced from any position. And if the quarterback sees it, he can capitalize. If not, maybe you can sneak one in on him. But I think it brings more of a football aspect to the game, and that'd be pretty cool to have. I know a lot of leagues don't have that, so you can have something unique, I guess.
Okay.
Is there a rule? Sorry to cut you off. Is there a rule where the rusher has to stand directly in front of the QB?
5 yards currently.
Within 5 yards.
Yeah, on the
but
snap,
you can
though,
say,
because
let's say
after that, you can go wherever you want.
Yeah, because I only played rusher probably twice, maybe 3 times in this league. But if you've ever seen me play rusher, I don't stay in front of the quarterback. I stand there and then I drop back for 3 seconds, and then at 3 I start running, so I can get a running start at the quarterback.
And that is also to the left or to the right, Kenny. within 5 yards of that cone.
Yeah, that was my question.
You don't have to be head on the cone.
No,
I
it's
see
actually
Germ.
beneficial to be offset. I do that shit all the time, and I tell our rushers the same thing. Just line up in front of the closest wide receiver and impede his path. You know, it's why wouldn't you?
Yeah, make him go around you. You have the stands there. Yeah, slow him up a little bit without touching him.
Yeah.
Without bumping and running them, you know. Yeah. So, but yeah, I am very. I know we have definitely the upper divisions need. I feel like they do need a blitz.
A little tweak.
Yeah.
I mean, you could do it in any division, bro. It's just like, you know, how sloppy it would be if it gets to D3. But I think in a division like that, it'd even be more fun. Because, you know, guys like Curtis would reap the benefits of that.
Shoot, he getting sacks now with no blitz.
Yeah.
But that's what I'm saying. And then, like, bro, it's like goofy shit. If you see a cornerback blitzing, if the quarterback don't pick it up, bro, that's, you know, you're talking about free reign at the quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
And if they do, you know, easy completions. But it's a risk reward situation. I think it's cool. You know, it's like I said, it's more like football. Whereas, as opposed to before, you count to 3 and you have to yell out blitz. It's like, dude, that's not really. There's no surprise factor. You're just shaving it a second.
Yeah, gotcha. Listen, noted. Put it like that.
Yeah.
From when you said you had mentioned it to me during the season, noted. We know. There's a short list of things people say that you're like, yeah, that really has to be something that we figure out. So.
Other than that, I mean, it's pretty straightforward. The only thing else and I've said this to you is, you know, the clock from 30 minutes maybe to like 20.
That's because you owe
25. Yeah, I mean, shit, bro. I don't
that
play
and
both
playing
sides.
on that and playing on
multiple teams.
That's right. For the guys on one team, guys on one team.
Because if you back to back with two games, it starts to wear on you.
That's right.
Yeah, but if, you know, like I said, if you have the depth of your team, it's whatever. It's not a big deal. But you feel it more obviously with half-hour halves. Like in the previous years, you'd be like, all right, whatever, quick game, and then you get right into it again. It's not a problem. It's not, bro. Even if you're not playing as much, just standing outside in the sun will melt you for that long.
Yeah. Well, listen, Ant, what you do is, right, you go in the red zone chat, as I keep telling everybody, and complain about it, right? And then, you know.
Bro, I don't care enough to complain about it. You asked me. I'm suggesting some things. Is what it is.
The reason why is because we technically
old,
don't.
40 years old.
We technically don't want to take away playing time.
I agree. Leave 30 minutes. Never.
We don't want to take it away. But if there's enough of a like, yo, man, the games are too long, guys. Then, you know, we can consider. Let's see, look like Kenny. Kenny up there shaking his head. But that's what it is. Like, it's not going to be, not necessarily going to be on us.
Not. You don't get tired of just losing so often for so long. No, that's
wow.
Give him a layup.
That's just like, you just T-ball, bro. T-ball.
Oh man! All right, now let's get into the division that's just gonna. First and foremost, did you watch the Hunters game from last week?
The D3 game?
Yes.
No, I'm not gonna watch that, bro. I'm not watching D3 unless I'm there. You know, at the field. I'm not gonna watch that on YouTube.
So if you didn't know, it was a very rainy day.
Who was it? Who was it?
Hunters versus PTSD.
Well, I don't know if he's still here or still watching. Shout out to Q. Shout out to Q. And
the team that Chick is QBing for now.
A great job with this team.
They have Q running in circles at quarterback again.
They did a little bit of everything in this one. You gotta watch. Let me tell you something. Go ahead. Y'all start. I'll finish. You watched the game, Kenny.
Go ahead, Kenny. Go first, Kenny.
Well, first, I think you got to shout out O'Neal for good commentary as he was recording. It was entertaining. So,
in the rain, we appreciate you, man.
Give him a clap there. Yeah. I like how he wasn't afraid to criticize people. I think that's the mark of a good commentator, where you don't feel obligated to go easy on people because of what they might say. So credit to him for that.
That's probably a good thing that I'm not on this podcast.
Listen, I get criticized for not being too critical enough, so they would love it.
No,
Yeah.
that's fair. Regarding the game, I think the rain definitely made it harder for both offenses, although it led to a few did that just happen plays during the game. What is this, like the 6th straight loss for PTSD? I didn't count what it was, but they've just been losing games since who was it? The Hunters was the first team they beat week 1. That blowout seems like it was a year ago. Exactly.
Yeah.
They turn around is full circle. Just a bad loss. Well, credit to what's his name? Rome. Every time I see him on camera, I think of myself. I used to have I still have it actually. I don't wear it. One of those soft caps. I had some blood issues. I'm like playing with like functional hemophilia. So every time I see him, it's like, oh yeah, I remember that sort of hat. I thought he played good enough, and they switched to Q when they needed to kill time. I would have liked to see Chick run more for his squad. I think there were plays where it's like you're kind of forcing the ball in there. It's like, I get it as a quarterback, you want to make the throw, but in the rain, no less, with questionable hands, receivers at times, it's like, we trust them to make the play. Sometimes we just need you to run it. But there were definitely a couple of drops that were killers. They the second to last, was it second to last? Yes. Before they turned it, no, I should actually go back and talk about the whole play. So right before the half, PTSD, I don't know the guy's name, but Chick completed a long pass or a short pass that turned into a long one, to his credit, when he ran. Yeah. What's his name?
Mo.
Well, good job, Mo, for the most part.
And AP chased him down. That's the play.
Exactly. Well, that's what I was going to talk about.
Yeah,
Like,
pick right before that, right after.
Yeah. It's natural, like when you feel a hand at your waist, to slow down, but you have to get into your mind. You just got to keep running no matter what. If he keeps running without slowing down when he first gets grabbed, maybe he scores. But one credit to AP running him down, and then, of course, given their team, they didn't actually score the touchdown when they were inside the 5. I don't know how much time was left on the clock before the half, but it's like, this is just a microcosm of why this team loses games. Things like that. Like, if you just keep running, maybe you score, because you never know. It's like, you never know what happens if you just keep running, or at least until you hear a whistle. So that was rough. I thought, what happened? There's some other thing. I have to actually look at my notes. It was last. Rain didn't help. There were 2 like bobble plays that led to touchdowns for both teams. I remember, was it right before the half? Yeah, right before the first half. The defender for PTSD kind of kicked the ball up, and Hunter's dude caught it. Yeah.
Shaheen caught it and ran it in.
That was big.
Guys.
He's gonna cuss, and I'm gonna cuss after this.
Was Chick the right guy for the job? Come on, let's talk.
Was Chick the right guy? He was supposed to be the right guy for the job.
What?
Now, listen, I am, as y'all know, Chick is my guy. So I can be as critical as Chick as I want to be. And today I am going to be as critical as y'all have ever heard me on the show. In this game here and in the previous, okay, so the previous game I was able to go, if they catch the little pitch play that they normally do, they beat the Thunder, right? This game here, this is all on Chick to me. There is no blame to anybody else. Listen, I tell Chick this on the phone. So there is no blame to go elsewhere. We're in the rain. There's no reason to be throwing bombs as much as the bombs were thrown in this game. We come out of the half after not scoring, and the first throw out of the half is a bomb downfield, another incomplete pass. Also, then you see a deal throwing his hands up in the air wide open. Adil was able to do this right here. He did like this. He goes,
turned around, did a full turn to see if anybody was around him.
Look back again to make sure he was that open, because he couldn't believe that he wasn't getting the ball. He was wide open. So now, then to continue to watch, and then now you need maybe a midway play, because they may be on the 5. You think they need to get to about the 25. It's about third down. You dump it down. Then you throw it to the deal. This was just poorly managed. Poorly managed. This is another thing. So I watched the game back again right before I came on here. So there's sometimes where the QB has to throw to a spot, and there's sometimes where the QB has to throw to the receiver. Right. So there was a play to Mo downfield that Chick was upset because Mo didn't continue to run. You should have threw that one straight to Mo. I can't listen. This is as critical as y'all gonna hear me because I'm always the nice guy on here. I don't, I try not to beat cheeks. I try not to beat up on the guys too much. Pause. But Chick came to this team and he may have improved the scoring, but he didn't improve their winning. The scoring got better. I'm not gonna say it didn't, but in the previous game against the Thunder, they had the game. To me, they had the game in hand. 2 picks. Why? Because we throwing bombs. For what?
Is that fair? though?
Yes.
They could have
Why
still
not?
won that game if they caught the ball. Okay.
Yes, but you're not even in the position to have to make the play to win the game if you don't throw the 2 picks before that.
That's true.
One of the picks looked like it was to nobody. It looked like he threw it to the defender.
So I'll say this to Chick, and I have a feeling he hasn't played in a little bit, and he's trying to
working back.
Impress, like he's maybe trying to do a little bit too much hero ball since he's
too much glory plays. That's it.
That's what it is.
So Rob, I think you remember the team that I played quarterback on. I know what you balls deep.
Yeah,
and that was some special human beings. By far the worst team I've ever been a part of, aside from Earl and Miguel. But we were able to drop 40, 50 points a couple times. And sometimes you just got to know your personnel and really just loft it to them. Because he was dotting people, and it was just bouncing off chests a couple games that I was watching. If they don't have the skill set, bro, you can't just play quarterback. You got to throw them like the little Giants ball of toilet paper, try to catch the ball kind of thing. Sometimes you just got to know what you have and play down to your surroundings. But, he asked me, I told E this. He asked me a week too late to help him. And I probably would have because it's Chick and I like Chick. But Earl, because of me. Yeah. You also gave me a lot of headaches, Earl.
Especially in the game against us where I had to put Earl on clamps so we didn't let him catch nothing. Anyway, well, that's for another time. But I gotta be critical of Chick, man. I'm Chick is my teammate. So who better than me and E, also our teammate, to be critical of Chick, as critical as I can be, right? This goes back to just take what they're giving you, bro. Take what they're giving you. Adil is open at 10 yards. Adil actually gets a couple yards after he catches the ball every time. He's not just a catch and they pull his flag. He actually gets some yards. So now Adil is going to turn that 10 into 12. If you do that enough times, they got to start to honor him. On the play, he dumped it down to Adil is this, right? And he pumps. And the corner drops off because there was a guy sideline. Even if he hits the guy midway sideline, that's the next option. It was Adil. Then if they press up on Adil, you go to that sideline. Nope. They ain't even look at that shit. Bomb downfield. I'm like, yo, how? At some point, you cannot go for the glory plays. You can't keep trying to put people away. You don't got to put a team away. You can win a game by just winning the game. You don't have to throw the bomb touchdown to put it away and that's to put an exclamation point on the win. No, just win.
But bro, you were a part of our team. Yash does that sometimes too. He goes for the throw.
And you go, and then I hear you or OG go, hey, he's starting that shit again.
Yeah, I'm always yelling at Yash, bro. I'm always yelling at him because, bro, listen. Yeah, you were on a team where we blew a 21-point lead because he likes to go for throws, bro. And he's been better with it the last, I'd say, couple of years. But like that was his thing, bro. He likes to go for throats. But Chick, I mean, listen, he's just trying to do too much. I think next season, if he plays again, he'll learn from this. And it's also his first time playing with everybody. So I cut him a little slack from that standpoint.
You could cut him slack. This is your first time on the show. I've been cutting him slack every week. He's been like, "Oh, you always." No, today was the day it stops. They are out of the playoffs.
What was their record
with him? 0-6.
No, their record in general.
They won their first game and lost every game after that. I think he joined after like 2 or 3 weeks, right?
So what are they, like 1-8? Well, I don't know how many games they play.
Let me see if I have let me see if I got there.
It's 9 regular season games, so 1.
So yeah, they went 1-8.
Yeah, that's a good guess.
They didn't win any games with him then because they won. They won the first game against the Hunters. They slapped the Hunters in the first game by 50-0 or something like that, and then come back to let the Hunters beat them in the playoffs. You see how things go full circle there. But
I mean, listen, he was trying to be the hero, bro.
You can't. Listen, you can't try to be the hero and fail. Like you just. I just don't.
How is their defense though?
Oh, okay. So let me.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
I'm not saying
the feel like he has to
no. Don't
60
think
points a game. Like when I was with Ball Deep, bro. Like I looked at Earl, I'm like, yo, we might have to score 100 today.
They out there. But let me say this, right? Just because I'm so critical, they got Rome looking like Lamar Jackson out there.
Yeah.
Rome was running over. Let me tell you. Okay, we done harped on Chick and them losing the game. Let me give some credit where credit is due. Right? Rome played a hell of a game to me. Rome played a hell of a game. He threw bombs. Then they figured out the one thing the Hunters did, right? In all their QB changing and all that stuff, they had Q running Wildcat. They did whatever they could do to be successful.
What? Yes.
It was like, all right, you know what? I'm a Q gonna play QB a little bit, and he running. He only threw one pass.
Bro, that don't matter, bro. Q's too good to be playing.
Yeah, but he only threw one pass this season. It was a pick.
Yeah, well, he's not a quarterback.
He threw one pass. It was a pick. He running, and they couldn't do nothing about it. He'd run the clock down. He scored on one of those scrambles, just darting around. Then what happens is you looking at him thinking he's gonna give it to Q. Rome throw a bomb downfield, touchdown. They literally played with what they had and did what they could do to win the game, bro. Mm-hmm. Rome played great.
Okay.
Rome played great. Shout out to Q and AP. This whole team. They turned some of the Salt also played a great game this game, and the others, Shaheen and some of the names slip me now. The kid with the little flat top, kind of he plays with a lot of energy.
His name is Kenny, right?
Yeah, bro.
What's that? Not to cut you off. What's that purple team, bro? That's got
the Bengals.
It's got like 3/4 of Purple Rain on it.
The Bengals.
Ravens.
That's the Ravens. That's with Omar.
Yeah.
No, he said a purple. Oh, the Ravens. The Ravens.
They got like 3/4 of purple ones.
That's the Ravens. I'm
sorry.
team. Yeah. That's the Ravens. Yeah.
What's their record?
They're top 3. So
I gotta imagine it's gonna be them versus.
They're
Calais.
6-2.
Them versus Calais?
Yeah, I mean those teams, bro, just on paper are stacked, dude. Like,
oh, you done pissed E off already. You don't piss the off, man. You don't piss the off. If you don't know, E is behind the Spartans going to the finals, which is Rob and his the duo from the Outlaws, Ali and Aziz, Asaro, all those guys over there playing good ball.
Those are good pickups.
Yeah, they're playing good ball.
So that would just come down to quarterback play if they play each other.
Well, Rob's been playing good, so that's E's brother from another mother.
I'm hanging my hat on the Caliphs though. They got Jay, and that team is stacked. So he's a D1 quarterback, man. As long as they all show up.
Jay, you heard that? That sounds like we should be we should be seeing you in D1 in the future, huh?
Yeah.
That's what Ant said. So we're gonna hold you to that. Let me see what they got. 8-1-8.
Do you have the schedule for this week?
Yes, I do. All right, let's get to that. So let's go to the D3 games of this week. Ravens, Thunder, Elites, Lights Out, Caliphs, Hunters, Spartans, Bengals.
You got Ravens, Thunder. That's a Ravens win. Elites, Lights Out. That's an Elites win. Caliphs, Hunters. Caliphs by a million. Spartans, Bengals. Sounds like Spartans is Rob seeing the red team. Spartans will win that too. That's a clean sweep for you all. 4-0 on the week. Thank you.
We're gonna see, Kenny. Looking at these games here, Kenny, you're a little bit more polished in who's on what team. What game wouldn't you be surprised if there was an upset?
It definitely ain't Thunder. I've seen enough of that.
And we need you on the show.
Have a decent
I told Dre too. I told Dre watching one of those games, I was like, bro, if you need me, I'll help you. I feel bad for you.
I feel bad.
I think Thunder have a decent chance of winning that game, even though I think the Ravens, their lineup is more dangerous. If you said like give me top end of both teams, I think I'd take the Ravens there, but Thunder definitely have a chance of winning that game.
Why?
I mean,
say it with your chest, Kenny. Why?
Rip ref.
Say it with your chest.
I think that. All right, let me give credit to the Thunder players. I think they have one of the best rushers in the game, which helps.
The GOAT.
Yeah, exactly. Curtis, give him don't melt my name. If you have someone who can disrupt the QB, that's a huge thing. I think Dre can QB with everybody and anyone. I think especially if he runs when this play is there to be run, because you can run on
the Ravens.
Well, I guess it depends who they put at rusher. But there are plays there when he can run. I'm like, I watch him sometimes like take off. The Dre I know kid was like an elite runner. I mean that was time ago, but still he can still do it.
I think Kenny.
I know what.
To what you're saying to that though, I think Dre wants to play quarterback. He doesn't want to just run, especially in D3. He wants to throw the ball.
Agree. And
I respect that because I know he can run on most of the people that are going to be in front of him. He's quick enough for sure.
Agree. And it's hard as a QB to turn off that I'm trying to throw here button and run. Well, it can help there. And I know what E was trying to get me to say.
I'm just asking a question.
I just think that if the Thunder, especially if Andy plays, because he's an underrated non-QB player that he can play. I mean, he can catch the ball. You see him catch it.
Full Thunder's formidable.
Say it again.
Full Thunder is formidable.
They are. That's true.
You're not saying anything. You're saying I hear you. I hear you.
I think especially if Omar struggles at points, and I'm not gonna say like he's the reason they lose it. That's not fair. If he struggles, they could lose this game. And what is it? Is it 3-6? They are like 3 versus 6 this matchup, or is it 5-4?
3-6.
3-6.
Yeah. I think I know who Omar is. I think. Was he on? He was your quarterback of your favorite team, right, Rob?
Yes, Wolfpack.
No diplomats at the time.
Diplomats and Wolfpack.
The dipshits,
right?
Yeah, I know he is. Yeah, listen. For me, if he just plays simple, they'll win. Just play simple. Don't try.
That's
to
a
do
fair
too much.
assessment.
Just play simple because he has a tendency to hold the ball too long. Try to do too much, try to throw the deep ball. Bro, you got athletes on your team, and I say this to you.
Throw the deep ball where?
Just let your athletes be athletes, bro.
Yeah.
And that is a very fair assessment. That is spot on.
Yeah, with your Hashitashi bullshit. Fucking ridiculous. Maybe in D3, bro. Maybe in D3. That's about it.
He look good.
I remember when you were talking that smack too. And when we hold them to like 6 points, He had like no catches.
No, he had some games in the other place for Gators.
In D1, he had some games for the Gators.
He had some games.
Not when you were hyping them up when they were about to play us, and we put a quick closed on that one.
Well, if y'all gonna double cover the man, you know he gonna have a different.
It was triple team at some point.
We double cover people. Have you seen our defense, bro? We barely cover anybody.
That's not just anybody. That's Ashitashi. That's
Ashitashi.
All the Nigerians in your league can ball, so he's a Nigerian. He can ball.
Yeah,
there you go.
He's got height too. So
brother too.
But the Ravens are more than that this season. They're a full complete team.
Agreed.
So the to be honest, I know we've critiqued him. And he's played a good season a great season. He just needs to continue to do the things that he's advanced at now. You know what I mean? Because it's easy when it gets hard to resort back to old ways. Those old ways got to be out of the window, and you resort to the good things you've learned moving forward. And you'll be successful.
They got Franklin Saint on that team too.
Who?
Franklin. You don't know Franklin? From Snowfall?
I don't, but who the hell were you calling Franklin?
Twan knows who I'm talking about. There's a guy, I think he's probably on the Ravens team. If he's playing with Hashitashi guy. He's Franklin Saint from
Snowfall, that's his brother.
John?
Oh, okay. So there you go. He's probably on the team then.
His brother John, yeah, he's on the team. Yeah. He's on the team, yes.
Yeah.
Yes. John is Hashitashi's brother.
Yeah. So they got some height.
They do.
So
they got Fabi too.
Yeah. Oh my God, bro! Like, dude, they got no chance. Thunder's got no chance, bro. Just get to the red zone.
No chance.
Play some jump ball. If you got those three characters on your team, Omar, just don't wet the bed. You win.
No pressure.
No, right? No pressure. No pressure, Omar.
No pressure.
Is there any chance that the Hunters win their game?
Who the Hunters? Hunters is what?
For the Hunters to have
team?
For the Hunters to have a chance, they have to be honest. They have to do exactly what they've been doing: shorten the game.
Can Q roller skate on grass?
Listen, shorten the game and just do whatever it takes to be successful. That is what they've done. They're not the most. They haven't done it in the traditional way. They're just out there playing any type of football to get the job done. I ain't mad. They in the playoffs. They hit.
Yeah,
listen, anything can happen. But like I said, Caliph since like whatever week it was, week 3 maybe, I saw him sitting on the grass, and I was like, "You guys are a D3 team?"
Yeah.
Nah.
That's funny.
And I actually thought that you guys were going to mention the Bengals.
Yeah, that's the question.
The Spartans game, because
I said all. Well, they picked the 4 favorites to win. Which underdog do you have the best chance of pulling off an upset? Is it the Bengals?
Bengals.
That's Kazi's team.
Who's on Bengals?
Bengals got a guy.
Bengals versus Spartans.
They got a guy named Guy.
Who's the
and they have Richie.
Is Richie the Phil doppelganger?
No, that's Guy. But he's a little taller.
Okay.
And then you have Richie. Richie's short, small, shifty.
But they're on the same team.
They're on the same team.
Their last game, he did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what? I think that guy can give Rob a hard time. So I've told Rob this to his face. His release time is very slow. So if he is late on delivery, there's a good percentage chance it's going to be a pick to someone like that. So because he has a tendency to sometimes get eyes happy, and the release time, that's for his good secondaries, bro. Those are picks. So he's
texting Rob right now.
He's gotta be careful. This ain't news. He knows this. I refed a couple of probably almost all of his games in Saffel, and I told him it's the same thing. Like, you got to get the ball out, bro. Like, you can't stare down receivers because your release is just slow. He throws a good ball. It just sometimes it takes a little bit to get out of his hand.
Well, it's gonna be interesting. It's gonna be interesting. Like I said, please, I need these games live so I can watch.
Do we have any volunteers here? That'll be out there.
What time's that game?
I have no clue.
I got it. I got all the games right here. So we have the schedule is as follows. At 9 o'clock, we have Ravens Thunder. At the same time, we have Elite's League Pass championship game, D2. Then 10:45, Elite's Lights Out. We have the Caliphs and Goodfellas, the D1 game. Then at 12:15, the Caliphs play the Hunters and Spartans play Bengals.
I mean, I told Rob I was up to record games as needed. So,
all right, I'll we'll shit. What's today?
Maybe you can go live.
I'll figure this out. We'll figure this out by tomorrow.
Yeah, Kenny, if you use your phone, my phone will die. It's old as hell. But like,
live from Cancun.
I'll do some play-by-play with you.
Yeah. All right. So we'll figure this out because I need to see the games. All right. I guess we've gotten through everything. Well, listen, good luck tomorrow to the two championships.
Saturday.
Well, Saturday. I feel like it's Saturday.
Today
feels like
with the Thursday podcast.
Yeah, today feels like a Friday for sure. Good luck on Saturday. We got the two championships. Let's see who takes home the coveted Red Zone championship belt in those two championships. Just for the record, this season's belts will be customized to the team that wins.
Oh wow!
So
okay.
It'll have the team logo on the sides, and we'll work it out.
Bro, you should do. You know what you should do instead of doing that? You should do the engraving process, bro. Like the Champions League and other thing. You just keep on adding names to the titles, bro. It's a pass around belt.
Well, we have one that's the present that you'll get there, and then you'll get your customized belt a week later. So it's the first season was we had to figure out how to do this. You know what I mean? So that's what happened. So even their belts, I kind of can customize a little bit now, but I got to get them back from them. But anyway, that's But who's gonna be holding the belt? That's what I'm waiting to see. We've had a good season.
Being crowned on that Saturday if the Goodfellas win.
Yeah. We might only have one belt, one team to crown.
Rob, I'm gonna need you out there tomorrow to lay down some seed, bro.
Hey, it's funny. I'm at my house all day today. Pete Morrison and seed in my front lawn. So I'm a professional at that now. So I got you.
So I got you. You practice a little bit. Now you can work on the fields. Some of those are straight sand, bro.
You know what though? You know what's crazy about that field? This is the one field that holds up in the rain.
Which the far field, I think.
Yeah, it does.
No, anytime if you're there and it's raining,
that front field is trash.
No, the front field we're trying to do away with.
That's literally you're playing on sand. That's a sand
we're
field.
trying to do away with that one.
I'm actually surprised there wasn't more injuries on that shit, bro. Like I played a couple games on that. I couldn't walk the next day. Like my
the only thing with it is the sand isn't as much as the problem as there's a dip. That's what most people complain about, the dip. But we're working on it. We're working on it. But the other two fields, even when it's wet, they hold up. I never seen a place hold up in like I got hurt on a wet field, right? And it don't hold up. It's mud. This for some reason.
Oh, you got sauce up at the same time. So.
Huh?
You got sauce up at the same time. That doesn't.
I don't pay you no mind.
Okay.
Listen. Anyway, listen. Good luck, everybody. Let's see who makes it to the second round in D3. Let's see if Ant bats 100 on his picks. Let's see what you listen. You done put it out here very confidently. What you picked, we gonna see. We gonna see
I'm
what
gonna
happens.
get some bitter D3 folks.
Oh yeah,
on
yeah.
Saturday.
You might
You
be.
know
You
what,
might
dude?
already have some
I don't
text.
give a shit, bro. I don't give a shit. I'll say
You
it
might
to your
already-
face, and it won't matter. If you don't like it, prove me wrong, bro. That's it. Go play your
Hey,
game. You
there
know,
you go.
I say what I see. That's it.
I love it. I love it.
All right. Final words, Ant.
It's a good league. Raw plus E equals trash squared.
Oh, no.
And that's it. And Kenny, one day, Gladiators will beat the Goodfellas.
Wow.
One day.
Wow.
One day. Probably not ever, but maybe. Maybe.
Wow.
Interesting.
We just keep on taking your talent. So if you want to put your name
like
in
a
the
farm
waiver
system.
They got like the farm system. That's what you're saying? The farm system for the good. Wow.
Maybe you can get promoted because you seem like a good fella.
Wow. So
So
you might be next, Kenny.
Maybe you can come on over and we can save you from that mess, whatever's going on over there.
It's not mess. No gladiator slander.
Am I witnessing tampering?
No mess.
No. It's just.
Am I witnessing
Hold
some
on, real
tampering?
quick. I want to. And what do you feel is the problem with the Gladiators?
They yell at each other, bro. They self-destruct.
Oh.
Like I've played with Umair, and listen. I think he's a great quarterback, but he needs a lot of this. He needs a lot of this. Up his confidence, and when he's in rhythm, he's one of the better ones. But when you have Usman yelling at him all the time, it's toxic, and it gets him off his game. And I love Usman. I tell him, he's the nicest guy off the field. The nicest. It's the most Jekyll and Hyde person I've ever met. Mm-hmm. But, Ray Charles, great player, active, great player.
You guys.
They have the talent. They just self-destruct all the time. Yeah, I mean, Chris.
Yeah.
He's great, bro. He's the nicest guy. He's always smiling. He's got great hands. Catches.
I was laughing because I heard it, and I didn't know who they were talking about. I heard it. I didn't know who they were. Somebody called him Ray Charles. He always comes out with
the sunglasses because he had the
LASIK.
Yeah, the LASIK.
Yeah, so I didn't know who they were talking about. It's like, and Ray Charles, and I was like, what? I didn't even get it until like later, so it's just even funnier to me. But yeah, no, they're great guys. They have
talent, bro. They're a talented team, but like, that D1 team, like I said, respect to them for putting in a team and making the division whole so we could have a season.
Well, it was originally a free agent team, as I said before. Christian and them took on the task of making it a team. So thanks to them this season.
Some headbutting between them and the All-Stars, but they would have been better suited combining some players and making a formidable team for D1.
Yeah.
But like I said, you could put your name in the transfer portal and see what happens, bro.
You're not even shy about it. Just right here on live on the air. You go tamper with a Gladiator player.
We us, bro. We don't talk shit about nobody. We're good fellas. Very kind. We compete.
I see what you did there.
But some people in the chat just like to poke and prod, and we're not even in the chats. And occasionally I pop in there and I see what's going on. So listen, you're opening the can of worms, and now I may take some of your players. So the invite's out there. If you're unhappy,
appreciate the invite though. I do.
If you're unhappy and disgruntled and don't like losing,
come to death row. That's what it sounds like. Thank you, Suge Knight.
That definitely sounds like Suge
Knight. I was thinking the exact same thing.
But listen, we're not going to shoot you in the parking lot. Nothing like that's going to happen. We don't argue with each other. We just like to compete. We like to try to win. If you notice our games, we don't yell at each other, bro. So it's all fun time. Compete. Or just get your shit together. One of the two.
Good commentary from man. Yeah, I appreciate the invite, guys.
And you brought it tonight, man.
Yeah.
You brought it tonight.
Agree.
Bro, it's straight shooter, bro.
Yeah.
Honest to a fault. It is what it is.
Hey, nothing better. Nothing better. All right. Kenny, final words.
Yeah, I appreciate the invite. That's my final word. No, more than that. No.
I'll see you in the fall, Kenny.
Appreciate it. It's for all the teams playing, just for those who've lost in the past, just think about how frustrating it is to go months once you lose and try to channel that when you're actually on the field. People run to the ball on defense, know your assignments on offense. Try to remember that it's like you don't know the next time, especially for the 2 championship games, that you don't know the next time that you're going to be in a championship game. Don't take it for granted. So people show up on time, people warm up, etc. The D3 games, it's the start of going to win 3 games, win 3 games. So anybody could win. Like that's the way the D3 is. Like we have teams you think were favored to win, but just because people pick them to win doesn't mean they have to win. You still have to play the game. So show up and maybe you guys get a win there. Should be good.
If anything, the pressure is more on the favorite. No,
agree. Yeah. Agree. That's how. I mean, in the past when other commentators, not named myself, have said like, "Oh, these teams can't be beaten," and then they were beaten. You never know. So show up and play, and we will see who wins. And enjoy it. But good officiating and administration from the Red Zone crew as well. So,
Rob won't be there. So,
so the offside penalties should be at a low then.
Oh, stop!
It's the best. Yeah,
I haven't thrown that much this season. Teams have been pretty good. Final words.
I'm not going to talk too much about the games. Just on Saturday, Soel is working hard to prepare a spread for everybody. So come out, enjoy yourself. Bring your family, bring your friends.
You know what, bro? I will say this. Soel has been very good this year as a ref. And typically, I give him a hell of a lot of shit. But he's been better, one of the better ones. He's turned over a new leaf in my eyes. So, respect to Soel from that standpoint. Robin E's definitely still trash. Soel.
Wouldn't have it any other way.
Soel probably top ref right now.
I won't argue.
He does a good job. He does a good job out there.
Yeah, I won't argue that.
Yeah,
we have the spread out there. So come out there early. Even if you're not playing, just come watch
grab a cup of coffee, grab a bagel, some cream cheese, whatever snacks are out there, some granola bars, have a good time.
Have a good time is important, bro. Play to win, but have fun, bro.
Have fun.
Yeah.
When you start yelling at your teammates, taking it too serious, it's not fun for nobody, bro. So, have a good time. Don't stress yourself out. Especially the quarterbacks, bro. Just let it fly. That's it.
There you go. Well, listen, the guys on the show have said enough. I have no final words today. Good luck to everybody. Wait, hold on. Let me see these two. Let me see what comments in here. Don't throw in the double coverage. A deal is
still firing shots at his QB.
The tight end.
Is he hating on check, bro? That's messed up.
Yeah.
Don't be doing that stuff, bro.
If any Q, yeah. Listen, they just lost. He's still disgruntled about it, man.
Yeah, you got to support your quarterback, bro.
But doing this, it's gonna. How do you have this conversation with Chick to potentially bring him back? You're talking about him. Maybe Chick doesn't watch.
I wouldn't want to come back after this nonsense.
That's what I'm saying. After reading this,
and if I do, I ain't throwing you the ball.
So,
listen,
be careful, man.
Listen, you gotta take the good and the bad criticism. So it is what it is. The game's on tape. The critique is the critique. It is what it is. Thank you guys for coming on. And it's a pleasure having you on tonight. I've been trying to get you on many times, but I think you go to bed early, your old ass.
I usually go on walks at this time, but it's raining, so I wasn't going outside tonight.
Yeah. So
you caught me.
We had you tonight. It was a pleasure, Kenny. Always, champ. Congratulations once again. You got it. I ain't no hater, man. I'm rooting for everybody.
We already know that we the coldest. Watch me heat it up, let me focus. I'm going toe to toe with foes. I know they know this. Kicking doors, they
What is that?
I don't know, man. Is it when I do a hand signal or something?
I don't know what that was.
That's very fitting for you. That's very fitting for you, bud. Kenny, I'll see you in the fall, Kenny.
Peace out, guys.
All
right,
and I'ma do it again. Watch me win. Then watch me do it again. Tell them I can't take no loss. My team hold no L's, no. Aiming for the